will open on Battlefield. The name of the game here is these brutal punishes. Both players have really developed these punish games into some crazy stuff. You'll see these long and well-defined chain grabs up to 70–80% with the random mix-ups thrown in there to get the early kills as well. Faceroll going to start it off here with a quick one. Often in the past, the main differentiator between Faceroll and Nut has been that Faceroll is a tiny bit more consistent with the chain grab. Nut's also very consistent, but Faceroll just never misses it. And the other thing has just been that Faceroll is able to take it all the way to a kill just a little bit more, whereas Nut oftentimes has to use the chain grab to build up percent and then get another neutral win to get the kill. Here again we see a brutal chain grab from Faceroll. Builds up to 120% and an edge guard right from the start. Nothing. It feels like there's nothing Nut can do when Faceroll's just this clean. Then able to get a couple straight hits together with these aerials. Might be able to close it out. No, he gets the invincibility before the back air connects. And once again, Faceroll just fishing for that grab, wanting to get that big punish going. Nut's able to get the edge guard, but he's still at a pretty sizable deficit here. You can see Nut choosing to try to hang out on that side platform, limit the, play on a different level than Faceroll, and limit Faceroll's abilities to go for those grabs. But when he does that, Faceroll's willing to just tick and tack him into high percents with just these spaced aerials, barely tickling that side platform. A nice dash attack. He's able to follow it up on that side platform, but Faceroll just able to find the ledge once again, and he just looks calm and collected as he fights his way through all of Nut's shenanigans. Nut gets the air dodge onto the side platform. Looks pretty nice, but Faceroll goes for the trade there with the fair, and that's going to be the third stock taken. Faceroll with a huge lead here, game one, and he gets the grab. That chain grab is extremely tight, especially at the lowest of percents. So you do see Faceroll miss it there at the beginning, but he's able to find another grab quite quickly. Open things back up. Only able to get 60% before Nut's able to jump out. I do think that's a missed timing by Faceroll to let that happen. But good on Nut to double jump away and be able to fight his way down with an aerial. He's able to force the second stock out because of that. BF tilt. Oh, he reads the double jump, waits for the late fair, but doesn't quite connect. The up air into the fair. That might just do it. Yep, no problem. Faceroll taking game one cleanly. So game one in the books. Looks like we'll jump over to game two next. Nut prefers Yoshi's story. We'll see if the close quarters combat can end up working out in his favor. Faceroll gets the side B on accident, but is able to spot dodge his way out of any problems. The poof to ledge ends up continuing that combo for a moment. Faceroll maybe trying to be a little bit fancy here, but not able to find too much off of it. And ooh, gets the grab. Can Nut close it out here? Unfortunately, he cannot. The up air catches Faceroll trying to get down to the ledge, and Nut finds the up B. Faceroll cheesing after that one. Faceroll willing to go for that crouch cancel, punishes the get up attack, and able to close out that edge guard. So, oh no, pretty egregious SD there by Faceroll, putting himself down a stock. We'll see if he can make the comeback here with a couple brutal punishes, or if Nut can close things out with some punishes of his own. He gets the grab. What can he do off of it? You can see Faceroll at that early, and an SD the other way. Faceroll, especially at those early percents when he gets grabbed that close to ledge, he's relatively willing to just DI out and eat the fair off stage when he knows it's not going to kill him. So it's interesting. I'm not sure what Nut's supposed to do in that situation to disincentivize Faceroll doing that. Faceroll fights his way down with an air, but Nut seems to be in a relatively strong control in this game. The down smash forces Nut off stage. A nice air dodge onto the side platform, but Faceroll's able to cover it with the up air. The nair catches Faceroll as he's landing. He gets that soft hit and is able to follow it up into the fair. Quick 2-stock there for Nut. Does Faceroll have an answer? All right, so Faceroll opts for sort of the opposite, a very large stage on which to play. We'll see how this ends up working out for Faceroll. Not able to open things up here. He got that crouch cancel on the grab attempt, and then he actually, or sorry, the spot dodge on the grab attempt, and then he actually crouch canceled the down smash. He was able to dash dance grab out of that. So a big punish there for Nut, and he still keeps it going here, 115%. Ooh, Faceroll fights his way out and forces Nut into the corner. Let's see if he can close this out or who's gonna make the first. That fair is just gonna do it raw, so Nut once again taking the first stock, looking pretty strong here against Faceroll. A quick down tilt into a fair. Nut has no real way to recover, and he gives up the stock. 3 apiece. Nut continues to focus heavily on playing at that different level, not giving Faceroll the opportunity for the grabs, but it just feels like every now and then Faceroll forces him to play on the same level and gets the grab into the brutal punish, and it just feels sort of like no questions asked. Faceroll continues to just hold Nut in the corner for such extended periods of time. Nut feels so claustrophobic as he just can't find any space to play. Oh, and on the other hand, Faceroll just looks nice and comfortable as he fights his way out of the corner. He shields, waits, and just gets a grab into this huge 80% punish like it's nothing. You can really feel like the difference in how comfortable the players are in their play throughout these games. So 3 stocks to 1. Faceroll reclaiming the control that he had in game 1. Let's see if, another uncharacteristic SD there by Faceroll. Can Nut take advantage of this and build momentum? Or is Faceroll just going to close it out as if it never happened? Faceroll continues to find these tilts at low percent. They are crouch cancelable, but he's just using them in these weird situations where Nut wouldn't be crouch canceling, and he's able to get pretty big punishes off of that. Faceroll able to up B to the side platform, but Nut finds the tip and able to close out the stock. So now it's a last stock situation. 1 grab, and we could see Nut steal this game away from Faceroll. Ooh, but Faceroll reads Nut's aerial movement and catches him with just a fair. Nut on the ledge here, trying to fight his way out. He finds center, but Faceroll's all over him. Overshoot dash attack might just be everything Faceroll needs. Nut with 4 rolls in a row, able to fight his way away from Faceroll, but finally Faceroll catches him with a fair, and that's going to take the stock once again. All right, so 2 games to 1. Faceroll trying to close this tournament out quite quickly. It looks like we're going to go Fountain. Oh, and another shield grab to open things up here for Faceroll. This time, the Fountain of Dreams platforms making things weird and helping Nut get out, but Faceroll's able to just pick it right back up. Oh, the Phantom. And Faceroll just eats that and responds with a down tilt of his own, forcing Nut into a bad spot and eventually an edge guard. He gets the fair, Nut unintentionally reverses, forcing Nut to the other side of the stage. And Nut's able to make his way back to stage because of that. Faceroll keeps looking for these anti-air down tilts. There you see him finally connect it. he low profiles under everything that the opponent Sheik's able to do, and then he just sticks out his foot and catches him right as he lands. Something Nut's just going to have to find an answer to if he's going to have a chance in the set. The spot dodge down smash seems to be a staple of this matchup for both players. They both use it as kind of a gut check, a chump check when they expect the opponent to run in and be a little bit slow on their grab after the spot dodge. Faceroll finds the needles there, takes another stock, and all of a sudden it's 4-2. Nut gets grabbed on the side platform, so it's not as bad. Faceroll can't run it forever, but he's able to follow up on the top platform, get a ton more damage, force things to an edge guard situation. Oh man, this looks brutal. Once again, Faceroll with like a very uncharacteristic mistech. Gives Nut a chance back, but at least this time it's not an SD, so Faceroll continues to maintain all 4 of the stocks. Faceroll finding these techs on these fairs. Pretty wild that Nut able to connect the fair twice and still not dead. Once again, you see these down tilts on the aerials, and that seems to be like a huge part of the game plan here for Faceroll. Faceroll catches Nut running all the way away and just overshoots with a nair that ends up getting him the kill. Nut kind of traps Faceroll on the top platform there for a moment, but eventually Faceroll just takes the hit and goes to ledge, forcing things back down to the stage level where he's been able to get the most of just a ton of these interactions. I do think that at the end of the day, this last game really came down to Nut losing sight of his game plan a little bit. He ended up not playing on the platforms quite as much, trying to fight on the ground, and it just gave Faceroll the ability to outspace him, look for those down tilts as anti-airs, and he ended up closing out the tournament in a convincing 3-1 fashion.